Hey guys, it's Danny with Sagittarius. I am going to be doing a reading for Aries, but before I do that, something weird happened when I came into this extra room that I make these videos in. I have this new thing my mom gave me, and then I have this artwork that I made actually a while ago, and this one was hanging up. It was only hanging up by tape and it has a tower in it. It has some tarot themes to it. But the interesting part is I forgot I even wrote this on the back, but it was on the ground like this and I went to pick it up and I saw this, and this is right as I'm starting to, start thinking about Aries and get into the Aries vibe. So I was like, well, why don't I show this to them? Maybe it will mean something to somebody. Let me give you a better picture. This is this I drew this in July of 2022. I like to draw my dreams. So this is actually a dream that I had. It says, "This night I dreamed I was living in a reality that I was unhappy with. I realized that I was able to leave this reality or this dimension where politics and hate were preventing me from finding my higher self. I prayed. Not in this dream, but prior, when I was awake. The realization came that death to this reality must happen before I enter the one I was destined for. I fell, face up, willingly from a high building, arms crossed. When I hit the ground, I entered my destined reality." So I thought that was interesting. And I kind of remember this dream, and there was like no sadness. It wasn't like, like unaliving myself or something like that. It was like killing old beliefs, or I believe in, you know, multi-dimensional. I believe we're multi-dimensional beings and there's different dimensions, and I really believe that manifestation plays a big role in where you end up. So, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I really believe in that stuff. So that's kind of where that came from. And I also believe that when we dream, we enter like different planes. Like we get to see different, like just a little glimpse of maybe a different dimension that we're currently in, or, things like that. So interesting. And, animals dream too. So how could how could they not have a soul? How could they not also be multidimensional beings? Plus, I have a lot of pets and they all definitely are their own beings. Anyways, Aries, if you stayed this long, we're going to go ahead and do your reading now. I am practicing a new layout. I may have done it in your last video. I'm going to do it again in this video because I really like it and I'm trying to get better at it. So I have a little cheat sheet over here. It's this blackness right here. So if you see me looking over here, it's so that I can help remember the layout. Okay. The first card I'm going to pull is going to represent your present situation, or the situation that this reading is going to be about. And I like that that's the first card because it kind of gives you an idea whether this is going to resonate with you or not. But keep in mind, I do, after I get all the cards out, I am going to come back and clarify the cards that have already been pulled. So if you feel a little bit confused at first, that's okay. If you feel inclined to stay, keep staying because it may make more sense later. All right. Your current situation is Seven of Pentacles, and it was in a reversal. This really represents like wanting to see growth from your efforts. If you've been putting your effort or your time or your energy into something, you really want to see that that's paying off, right? You want to be this gentleman here who plants these seeds and gets to watch the trees grow. But it's in a reversal, which is the situation that you're kind of in right now, Aries. It's like you've planted these seeds and you're still waiting to see those trees grow. You haven't seen them grow yet. All right, this next card is going to represent the immediate challenge. This is the energy that is blocking or influencing your situation. the immediate challenge for Aries. Okay, we got one sticking out here. We have Eight of Cups. This is walking away from something or having your intuition pull you away. It could be that this is your immediate challenge card because what you've been putting your efforts into so far, maybe you need to take a break from that. And maybe you've been having a pull to, and this doesn't mean walking away forever. It could just mean taking a break or walking away and you're going to come back to it later. But either way, it's kind of stepping away and investing your energy in something else at the time. Again, we'll come back and pull some more cards to clarify those, but that's where we're at now. I'm going to keep going. This next card is going to represent the root cause. So that was the challenge. The challenge is that maybe you're over investing right now, but this is going to be the root cause. What is the root cause for Aries? Guys, what is the root cause? We have Tower. It wasn't a reversal. Is that so weird? Is that so weird? You guys saw my picture. All right, set it down right here. It's a tower, right? That is so freaky. So this is the root cause. The root cause, and it's in a reversal. That is not letting something come to an end when it naturally does need to come to an end because it is in a reversal. So tower moments have to happen, just like I was saying with the illustration at the beginning. Those tower moments have to happen sometimes so that you can see what you should be investing your energy or time into. So the way that these cards are lining up so far, it looks like that tree may never grow. Maybe you need to plant new seeds. Maybe those were just bad seeds. You keep investing time and energy into something and don't see any growth. At one point or another, you have to kind of accept that tower, that falling down, right? That is a major arcana card. I do find major arcana cards to be a little more vague. And what I mean by that is I like to add a few more cards to really get a more precise meaning. We're going to leave it as it is right now. We're going to keep going, but we're going to definitely come back and clarify that tower because I'm sure there's some emotions associated with that as well. Okay, this next card is going to represent the recent past. This is the recent past that influences this situation. So weird. This card is like, please pick me. We have the Hanged Man, another major arcana card about perspective and seeing things in a different way. So, this is your most recent past, and this is what's influencing the situation. I really am interpreting these cards and this message as you are trying to invest your energy in almost like different ways to try to get this tree to grow. You're like, okay, this fertilizer didn't work. Let me go try a different fertilizer and let me try this. So you're trying to use this energy of the hanged man to really get that tree to grow. But again, you're still not seeing that progress. So this is your most recent past. My dog came in, he had something to say. I don't know if you guys could hear him or not. Okay, we'll come back and clarify that also because it is a major arcana card. That's the card about perspective. This next card is going to represent the message from above. This is the message from your higher self or your spirit guide. Message from your higher self or your spirit guide, or the advice that they have. Ooh, and it is judgment. The way that this is laying out, I hope I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so here we have that first card about investments that didn't go through. Okay, and then we had your immediate challenge, and then we had the root cause, and then we had your most recent past, and then we have the message from your higher self. I wanted to show you guys this because it's so interesting how you have major arcana cards at all points. And then you have the message from your higher self, your spirit guides, right up here at the top, and it's judgment. How crazy. Also, he came into the room to take a look at the picture and he wanted to say hi. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, hopefully I can edit that cohesively, but I had to show you guys that because it was so interesting. My microphone's still on. Okay, so you guys have judgment at the top, and this is your message from the higher self. This is important because judgment is literally like I'm trying to find the best words to explain this to you guys. It is your higher self, especially because this card represents the message from your higher self. Judgment, as a card itself, is being called to do what you're supposed to do. It is your higher self begging you to go do what you need to do. It's literally waking you up out of your grave to go do what you need to do, which is so crazy also because of that picture I showed you guys where I was falling off a building and moving into this new dimension where things were better for me and I wasn't suffering so much from, the current dimension. And what was below as the root cause, it was this tower moment that needs to happen. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Falling off the tower to realize what your true calling is. I hope that makes sense because that is really, really just so profound. That's amazing. So I can definitely 100% conclude, Aries, that you are investing your time in the wrong thing and you need to let this fall apart so that you can see what your true calling is, where you should truly be putting your energy because it's waiting for you and you're really missing this really grand opportunity for that. All right, let's keep going, but that was weird, right? Okay. The next card is going to represent your immediate future, likely events that lie ahead of you. Likely events that lie ahead of Aries. I'm so excited for you guys. We have 10 of Wands. This is a card about being overwhelmed or overburdened or taking on more than you can chew. Um, we're going to come back and clarify that, but it could possibly be that your true calling, it's hard to go through that tower moment and to accept that those seeds that you planted aren't growing and now you have to start all over with new seeds. You know what I mean? So that could feel a very overwhelming. So you're going to accept this tower moment. You're going to start to move towards that judgment, towards your true calling where your energy is supposed to be invested because you're going to be guided by this moon, guided by this intuition. You're feeling that pull already. I know you are. You're starting to question if this is where you should be investing your energy. And you're starting to have that moon energy pull you. But thinking about maybe investing your time and energy into something new feels overwhelming. All right, let's keep going. This next card is going to represent your thoughts and feelings about the situation. This is your thoughts and feelings about the situation. We have High Priestess, another major arcana card. High Priestess, she is like the guardian of your higher self. She gets to say what goes. She's also about intuition. She's about intuition. She is the ultimate connector between you and your higher self. You are feeling this pull to move on and to reinvest your energy. And I strongly believe that you are going to have this, if you haven't already realized where you should be investing your energy, maybe slightly you have, like you've been like, really rather be doing this, but it's going to take too much to get there. You've got to listen to this intuition. This high priestess is showing up in your thoughts and feelings, which means that you are in the best place right now to manifest what you truly want. So you need to ask yourself, what is it that I want? Because the high priestess right now is on your side. She's upright. She's in your thoughts and feelings. Now, this next card is going to represent other people's thoughts and feelings about the situation or their opinions. Ten of Swords, this could be representing a betrayal. It could represent possibly there's people who aren't on your side who don't want to see you win. So if part of the reason you don't want to let that tower moment happen is because of how it's going to affect other people, they're already not rooting for you. They're already, kind of wanting to see you fail. They're wanting to see this play out the way that it has been playing out, where you're not achieving very much. So, especially with these two cards, this is your energy and this is other people's energy who are influencing this situation. Your high priestess has your back. She wants you to do what you are intended to do. She's right up there with this judgment card, this angels, this higher self calling you to do what is going to be so much better for you in the long run. And this is other people's energy who are influencing the situation. They're not on your side. They don't really care. They're not invested. This next card is going to represent your hopes and fears, or hopes or fears. But the last reading I did was really interesting how it was both. And two cards came out. We have a Page of Wands and a Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh. Your hopes and fears are that you can charge ahead and achieve what you want to achieve. The Wand cards are all about taking action and moving forward and influencing situations directly. This is not a Swords card. This is not just thinking and pondering. This is a Wands card. This is holding that wand like Harry Potter and making things happen. We have a knight and we have a page. This could really represent your fears and your hopes. You want to be in this Knight of Wands energy where you're actually charging ahead and achieving things and taking direction. This Page of Wands is that you're going to start over and it's going to be really hard to build yourself back up here. So you want to be here. And, I once read a self help book and it said, instead of choosing where you want to be in life, choose the route that you're willing to take. So, the example that they used in the book was, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a rock star, but I realized I didn't like the road that I would have to take to become a rock star. So, this is your road and this is the rock star. Just make sure the road that you're choosing with this Page of Wands is going to actually line up with where you're what you're willing to put in and what you're willing to do to achieve something, because the Knight of Wands is not just going to happen magically. Remember, we had your immediate future as 10 of Wands, which is this overwhelming feeling. It's going to take work, it's not going to be easy, there is a transitional period. It's almost like this tower moment happens, everything falls apart, and what's left are these sticks for you to pick up and carry on. Okay, this next card is going to represent the outcome. This is the other prediction portion of this reading. Unlike the immediate future, like the Ten of Wands, this is the bigger picture of what's going to happen. We have 10 of Pentacles. This is really about getting to work and building. It is a Pentacles card, which means that there is stability and a financial grace in your future, which means if you take this advice from the spirits and the angels with this Judgment card and you move in a different direction, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a transitional period. There's going to take certain sacrifices that you're going to have to make, but ultimately 10 of Pentacles is a really good place to be at. It's that stability, that financial, ultimate stability here with 10 of Pentacles. My phone is dying. So I'm going to pull an oracle card and then we're going to come back and clarify a couple of those cards from the beginning so I can try to get it before my phone dies. Does Aries need to know? Which is not enough. Frustrated, lack of confidence, fear, ego issues, jealousy. This says, this is a relationship card. If it's resonating as this is a relationship, that's great. It doesn't have to be, though. This could also just be self-sabotage, lack of confidence, which really was a major theme here. It's like you're not seeing the growth from those seeds. And so it's almost like you don't believe that you can achieve that that Knight of Wands and that Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like you feel like you can't achieve that, like you're going to be stuck again in this Seven of Pentacles energy where you're not growing the seeds that you planted. But I mean, I'm telling you, with this High Priestess and that Tower card, you are really doing yourself in a bad way by not investing your energy where you actually want to, because you're in a great place to manifest. Let's come back and clarify this Tower card. Angels, guides, why is this Tower card here? We have the Devil, and it was in a reversal. This is about breaking toxic habits that are prohibiting you from growing. There is that other energy here, and it just popped in my head when I was looking at this card of this energy where it doesn't want to see you succeed. If there's someone in your life or people in your life who are, trying to get you to just settle or to just continue indulging in things that aren't helping you grow, that's why this Devil card is showing up here. It's literally showing you, especially because these were both in reversal, it's about breaking away from those, letting the Tower moment happen. I'm sure you already know, if you really think about it, that this influence of these other people is not in your best interests. Okay, Hanged Man. Remember, this showed your most recent past, and this was about perspective. Let's find out why he's here. Why is the Hanged Man here? We have Knight of Cups. It did show up in a reversal. This is almost like an emotional place, but it's a negatively emotional. It could also represent a character who's trying to gas you up to make you think that you need to keep reinvesting your time and energy into these old seeds. Again, we're having this Ten of Swords that really explains why this Ten of Swords is here. There is this influence in your life. I don't know if it's a partner, if it's a friend, if it's coworkers, parent, but there is an influence in your life, and they're almost trying to hold you back. And it's usually because misery loves company. If there's somebody who wants you to go out drinking with them all the time when you want to invest your energy somewhere else, or I'm sure it will resonate how it's supposed to resonate. Okay, before my phone dies, let's clarify the Judgment card. This was the message from your higher self telling you, what are you doing? You're supposed to be investing your energy somewhere else. You've got to fall off that tower, manifest what you really want so you can reemerge in the right reality. Why is Judgment here? Two cards wanted to come out. We have the Empress and we have the Eight of Wands. This is about rebuilding, and this card is another major arcana card, literally about creation, creating the reality you want. So you see these two cards together? This is them building and growing and achieving, and she is the creator. She is the planner. She is the maker. She's the nurturer. So this is all about you rebuilding and reinvesting that energy, that nurturing energy towards your true calling where you're supposed to be. I mean, wow, this was probably one of the craziest readings I've done. I hope it reaches the people it's supposed to. Um, I want to mention I have Sagittarius.com is a website where you can buy personal readings and handmade candles and things of that nature. I do want to just come back to this picture again because this was so crazy that this was on the floor before I started the reading, and how crazy it truly was that we had all that symbolism, and that was really crazy. All right, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help me a lot, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great week. Okay, bye, Aries.